All right, we're live.
We're live.
Welcome back to another week of Play Harder Radio. Go to Play Harder Radio on Facebook and like our page. We'd appreciate it. It's not that you're arrogant, it's just that you're an arrogant prick.
There we go.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Why don't we just do the show instead of you just trying to listen in on what everybody else
Let's
is
get
doing?
this thing going.
All right, welcome back to another week. I like that intro,
That was pretty cool.
right?
I liked it.
I didn't shave today. I forgot we were going to be live this week.
I haven't shaved in a month. This is where we're at.
I know.
No shave. January.
You're getting thick there.
I'm going to donate it.
So yeah, we're at the Break Beach Bar.
Can you donate beard hair? I know you donate other hair, like Locks of Love.
What do you? No, not here. And why would?
I don't know.
That'd be nasty. I'm not sure about all those Locks of Love. Do they wash that stuff when it comes in?
I don't know. But did you see the video of the girl cutting the pony the tail off the horse
No.
and putting it together and putting it in her hair? It was like in Guatemala or something. It was awesome. I sent it. I tagged you in it.
No,
I know
I missed
I did.
that. I missed that.
Anyways,
Did you see that video this week of the thugs getting out-thugged by the
it
security
was
guard?
awesome. The security guard just runs in and shoots both of them as they're robbing the store, and
He
it's
didn't
not.
ask any. There was no questions asked.
It was almost like it was on a TV show or like some kind of parody movie,
Right.
Because he wasn't giving a shit. It was awesome.
He shot them both like right now.
I don't care.
I don't know. I
care.
wonder if he killed the one guy.
I don't know. He's like, I don't care if you die, because he did. He shot the one guy like point blank, hit the other guy in the ribs.
I'm a little upset that I forgot the TV monitor this week.
Yeah, that was what we
That
talked
was
about
gonna
that
be
all
cool.
day today.
I know. We did. We talked about it all day, and I talked about which TV we were going to take. We've got the stand for it in the van. In the van.
Yeah, it was weird. We were talking about that, but you know why we probably forgot is because we kicked ass at work today.
We did kick ass at work today. We just probably put another
4
we just
accounts
put
on the
some
board.
more residual income in our. We'll see that in
March,
April.
April.
We might see a teeny bit in March, but we'll see most of it in April. You really need to talk to us if you have a business and take credit cards. It's a big deal. We're a big deal,
Real big.
right?
Roughly
Where's
6.
the posse tonight?
They're not here yet, and you have to watch how you say that.
I said posse.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah,
didn't
our friends have not arrived yet, but so basically they're right on time. They never get. Joe Daddy's here, obviously, but they never.
And I didn't mean any disrespect.
No, but it's weird.
You know what? Joe Daddy is our most consistent regular now.
And Jody, Luke's brother. Yes.
Yeah, but Jody, they know who Jody is.
Yes.
But the other one is Luke. Is Jody's brother Luke.
Yeah, he's kind of on the fence. He's good sometimes, and then other times he's not. But it's weird. So basically, if you're not here, our show always starts with about 10 people, and it ends up where the room is full at the end.
Yeah, we like last week. Todd's here.
Todd's first time watching.
You know what's funny is last night was kind of one of those nights, and we're trying to recall everything today.
It was fun.
And if Todd comes walking in, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I bought a Fat Boy last night at the bar."
That's a motorcycle, by the way. That's not a little kid that's overweight.
That's gross.
Yeah, it is gross. Yeah, we couldn't do anything yesterday because we were basically landlocked.
Yeah, we live on Pensacola Beach in Florida.
Our bridge froze over.
And the bridge was frozen over and closed. The police, I don't know if it was the Stades or Escambia, were escorting people over two at a time.
Yeah, it sucks though living out here and not being able to do anything. So we just went to the bar and
Did you share that we are on the air?
Yeah.
You did?
You said Chad Colquitt's gonna be live, and I made sure everybody else knew.
I don't see it. You know what? I don't see it on mine. I don't know what's going on with me. obviously Kenny would let us know. I want to thank Kenny for getting this thing put together.
It's awesome, man. It really helps when he's doing our stuff as a producer.
I wouldn't say it helps us. I would say we couldn't do it if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, we still
taking
do
care of this for us.
That's what I'm saying. God, don't try and one up me.
I'm just going to let you know that we are dropping some frames. It's most likely some network things. We can figure out a way to get that worked out in the future. It's not a crucial amount, but there's probably some choppiness going on out in the.
That's because I talk so fast.
And that might be part of it. Yes.
Should we talk a little slower?
Do the robot
for the whole show.
For the whole show, we will try to go this way. Right.
Well, the delay is supposed to be there.
We've got a nice little event going on Sunday morning amongst some of the Play Harder radio crew. We're going to go out and kill some damn clay pigeons. We're going to go out. I
don't do
I
that,
haven't
man.
said the F word yet.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not gonna. We're on the air, and so when we just do it live at the bar, sometimes my language is a little racy.
Did you say racist?
No, racy.
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 What do you? Who you texting?
Try to get Eric.
Is he going to put us on the air?
My business partner with yes, that's what we're going to do. We're trying to. Pensacola.com actually launched again, and we've been adding some radio stations and stuff today. Actually, I haven't because I can't write computer code, but it's they're adding it to the site today, and man, it'd be awesome we get our podcast on there. I know the guy that kind of owns it.
That would be good. Why can't I see it, Kenny?
I don't know. I'm watching it.
Yeah, your phone.
Oh, there
sucks.
it is. Now it's there. Oh, now I'm looking at myself.
Is that odd? It's kind of vain.
It's weird. I kind of like it.
But it's good to be back on Facebook Live so our friends can see us.
Yeah, it's good to be back where we can, we can take calls too, right?
I totally forgot about that. When we go to the break.
Damn it!
When we go to the next break, I'll get the hotline up.
Yeah. What's the hotline number?
It's 850-907-7686.
I want to say that one more time, please.
850-907-7686.
907-7686.
I want to memorize that where I can roll it off like from the hip.
907-86.
It is scrolling in the top ticker as well.
86.
Yeah, how do you like? I mean,
307.
Hit us up and let us know what you think.
Jesse, you bought into that stop. I was waiting for somebody to bite on that.
8656 907-8656.
It's 850-907-7686.
Golly, I wasn't even close.
8675-3010, Jesse.
Right? 85 what?
Yeah, it was written on the bathroom wall.
Got it. But Kenny, anyway, thank you for putting it together for us. What do you got? I see Kevin Costner's name on there.
It's his birthday today.
How fabulous is
I
that?
love Kevin.
That's
not in a way, but
what do you mean?
He's one of my favorite sports actors of all time. That dude just makes great movies.
He does make great movies. I didn't. There was a time when I wasn't the biggest Kevin Costner fan, but
when he was a child, because that guy makes great stuff.
For the love of the game,
fantastic. Billy Chapel was his character.
Yeah, Billy Chapel.
Kelly Preston was his
love me some Kelly
love interest.
Preston.
She was hot.
What about the upside? The upside of anger is one of my favorite.
Haven't seen that.
You haven't?
No.
It has my favorite scene in it of one of my favorite movie scenes of all time. Can I bring it up?
Is it bad?
It's a little he's dating Joan Allen in the movie. He's a retired baseball pitcher, he's like a retired Billy Chapel.
Yeah.
In this movie, and he does a radio show, and his producer is an older cat in his 40s or whatever who's dating her 25-year-old daughter. So she gets drunk at a wedding, about 3/4 of the way through the movie, and starts letting him have it, and then slaps him. I mean, she slaps his ass down like twice. And he's like, what? She's like, what's your deal? And he's like, what? What? Like, I'm going to date a pissed off 40-year-old bitch like you?
And that was it.
It didn't go much farther than that.
Think about how many
She's
baseball.
like, oh,
Think about all the baseball movies that dude's been in.
yeah.
Bull
Mr.
Durham,
Baseball?
Mr. Base. No, he was not Mr. Yeah, kind of looks like the guy, but not quite the guy. Bernie Mac,
Yeah, Bull Durham is another.
Susan
Awesome
Sarandon.
movie.
Is that who that was?
What about Waterworld? That was good.
It actually really was good, but that movie barely made its money back. It had like a $3 million budget, and it barely.
It's because his feet were freak you out when you see his feet with a web.
And then they had gills.
When it was webby.
I could not understand how those jet skis that they drove around. Where did they get
Jesse,
the
don't talk
Where did they get the
if you
gas?
want to be part of the show unless you have the mic.
Where did they get the gasoline for the jet skis in the future? When
They were on the Valdez, man. They made their own.
That's a good point. They had jet skis?
yeah,
I know he's a swimming fool, though.
he was also
know,
Field of Dreams.
I don't think we tested that mic,
Which mic?
the one he has in his hand.
Oh, we didn't. Turn it on, Joe, and try it.
Test.
Yeah, there we go. The mic works. So, yeah, when Jesse wants to pipe up, hand that to her, and she can chatterbait a little bit.
Chatterbait.
That
I wish Wayne Brown was here, the owner of Tell Staffing and
Tell
HR,
Staffing and HR, who's
main
our
sponsor,
our main
so he
sponsor.
so he could chime in.
We're gonna roll a little Tell Staffing and HR advertisement when we go to break.
I like it.
Also, Rockies, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. My man had a rough day. My man, listen.
Kenny came through though.
Do you know what happened? Did he tell you?
James is in the house.
Right on.
James moved in. I'm sorry. James moved in town, and now he's out on the beach checking us out. He's a Raider fan, Kenny.
Nice.
There's only like 3 of y'all in Pensacola.
Yeah, but he's an Ohio State fan too. I don't know if that. Exactly. Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Win, baby.
I was going to say something, and then I got totally.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, Kenny today, last night, he was trying to download. Tell Chad what happened.
He told me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was moving all of the data for the show, including the scenes, intros, all that stuff, over to a temporary disk, and I deleted it all.
He didn't science very good, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah. No,
Do you know what he did today then
All of it.
to make it up?
All of
He
it.
called in sick.
I know. I like that. I like his
He called in sick to work on the show.
motivation.
It's awesome, right?
I enjoy it.
Thank
So-
God I haven't shared this yet, man. That'd be my ass right there.
Yeah, we got to edit that part out probably.
We're live.
Oh. They're probably not going to watch that part.
I don't care if we're live. I want to do it again.
Kenny was really
Speaking
sick.
of,
you were really sick until just now. That's what it was.
In Baltimore, they swear
Stomach
that,
flu.
you know that Kevin Costner is connected to Cal Ripken Jr.
Is that why he's such a big baseball guy, or is it
Well, the reason that he's connected is not what you might think, how you might
they
think.
used to date the same person?
Well, you're getting warmer.
They used to date
What
the same
happened
guy.
was, listen to this. On the night that Ripken was to break the record, no, he the streak was going, not the night he was gonna break the record,
21-56?
but the streak was going, and he came to the stadium, and he was on his way to the stadium. He doesn't leave his glove at the stadium. He takes it home every night, every day. And so he was on his way to the
You
stadium.
should take your work home with you, is what I heard. Go ahead.
He realized that he forgot his glove, and when he went back home, he found Kevin Costner at his house with his betrothed, his wife, and
That's amazing.
so that night, that all went down, and he called and said, "I'm not making it to the stadium," and so that was the night of the mysterious power outage to keep the streak going. So the game-
Where was he at on the streak at that point?
I want to say the high teens, or so maybe in the 2000s. I'd have to look and
Do
see.
you think they talk now?
I don't know. I think some people, celebrities get over that in a hurry, don't they?
Maybe. I don't know.
We did watch the O.J. Simpson documentary.
That was
ESPN
awesome.
documentary yesterday. It was very good, but
I'd seen
what about
parts of it.
Marcus Allen banging his ex-wife?
It was weird. That whole everything was like I learned a lot about it yesterday. But I remember when it all went down. I was a kid. I remember exactly where I was. But going back and watching that, man, brought back a lot of memories about. I remember my parents watching the trial, almost the whole thing.
Oh
and
yeah,
sitting
my
with them.
ex
and-
watched the whole thing every day.
But I couldn't imagine that trial lasting as long as it did with all that evidence, and they still, at the
I
end of the
actually
day,
lived in L.A. when that shit was going on, man.
man, that was nuts.
I don't get it.
It's a
don't know.
Wookiee.
He's,
It's a Wookiee.
I don't get it.
we got some nerds in the audience.
It's a South Park reference.
Oh. You know, when I watch South Park, I love South Park, but I never sit down and just watch it on my own. When I always watch it, somebody goes, "Did you see this on South Park?" Or, "Oh, hey, on South Park, did you see that episode? You know, the Wheel of Fortune episode?" And then they tell the story, and then you're like, "Oh, I got to go watch that." So that's when I watch the episode.
I hated that show growing up, and you should have. That's when you should have liked it, and I love it as an adult.
Hannah's high school, my daughter, her high school is in South Park. Those guys live in South Park.
It's in Colorado.
It's in Littleton, Colorado. That's where her high school is.
That's wild. It is a little chilly up there.
Yeah. Todd's going. Did you know Todd's a ski instructor at Arapahoe Basin?
We talked about that last night.
So you do.
I didn't
remember
know
that.
until you told me. But yes,
You
I should have
remember
just
it?
said yes, and I didn't need to add anything else to it. Yes, I didn't
Yeah.
know he was a ski instructor.
So I want to go when A Basin is the shizzle.
well, I need an instructor period because the last time I did it was kind of devastating. I got called yard sale. I didn't know that was a term until I went skiing and some
Yard
little
sale?
7-year-old, eat it and all my shit goes everywhere. And these little 7-year-olds fling by and they yelled yard sale, and I've never wanted to beat up a little kid before, but
My
You were on
nephew
the- what do they
might be
call
watching, so we got to be careful with
The
the
little the Sissy Hill. What do they call
the
that?
bunny is that the bunny?
Bunny
the
slope.
bunny slope,
Is that what you were on at the time?
the
too?
Sissy Hill.
It could have been. It could have had a 1 degree
Maybe you're not familiar with today's political correctness.
down thing or whatever, and I was going to eat it.
I'm
What's
not
wrong
rich
with
enough to know
sissies?
skiing terms.
What's wrong with sissies?
I like saying it.
Some people are sissies.
You
It's
say
just-
that it rolls off the tongue
I
well.
know. Sissies.
Sissies.
Yeah, we got some no shows tonight.
They'll be here, I'm sure. Like I said, they're just going to be a little
Yeah?
bit late.
What's their problem? Hey, we've got 3 views.
Huh?
The hell?
Oh, is she?
What the hell,
I
over?
like it.
Did everybody share it? I'd appreciate it if everybody went out there on Facebook, James, and shared it. You know what, man?
Did you
Yeah.
get drunk last night?
Did we
Cold
see
Quits are
James?
making
Did we
their,
see James?
presence
Was it
known in
last
the
night we
chat.
saw James?
Huh?
Miss Carla and Mr. Breck.
Was-
Oh, yeah. Husband and wife? I think I know them.
What?
That's right. Chucky's
He's a-
back, baby.
Chucky never even had that good of a record.
10 years.
You're talking about John Gruden.
It's
10 years,
it's
100
it's
million.
winning-
Huh?
He never had a losing record in Oakland.
That's true. I don't. But my point being is, if you look back at his record, I don't think he deserves $100 million. Bill Belichick deserves that money.
Yeah, but what do you think about the fact that? What do you think about the fact that the team he left? So that's the team he built, and the team he went to.
And Bill Callahan took over
Was that after Nebraska or before Nebraska?
before.
The team that he built and then the team that he went to both went to the Super Bowl the next year.
Great.
We would have gone too if they didn't do that tuck rule bullshit.
No, he's talking about the year that we went when Gruden beat us. I
Yeah.
think.
When Gruden was
when,
in Tampa.
When Tampa Bay, yeah.
That was a weird. That was just a whole bunch of weird shit. Our center disappeared.
Yeah,
at
what was
Everybody
his
says
name?
it,
What's
but
it-
look at all the Alabama
I can't think of it
assistants.
right
I had it on the tip of my tongue.
That
We were talking about.
He's 12-0 against his assistants. So the whole thing where Gruden knew what Oakland was going to do is irrelevant.
But the year before that, we should have went. New England screwed us.
You
Well-
can say the refs did that.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
fuck it. New England did it.
That tuck rule bullshit.
That wasn't Brady's fault.
James will know this. James will know this. Who wants to bet James will know who the center is?
For who?
Barrett. Right? Barrett.
For some reason,
Who was
that's
the
not ringing
center
a bell.
when you went to the Super?
Disappeared to Tijuana.
Yeah, that disappeared during Super Bowl week. He was all
Yeah, he had a
jacked up in the
meltdown.
head. Had a psychological meltdown.
LaPaca in the house.
LP.
Why everybody is so freaking
It
late?
was like Barrett
But
Giles
they always
or
show up.
something. Barrett.
Oh, the dude that just went to Tijuana. And he
Yeah.
home again?
Yeah, he got hookers and stuff and cocaine.
It was Barry. I think it was Barry Giles.
It's not Giles, but it's Barrett something.
It starts with an S. CHS, something like that.
Can we talk about one trivia thing I just got to get out? I've been thinking
Yeah.
about this since I wrote it down. So every day,
You didn't
you're-
like talking about the Raiders?
I just don't care.
Oh,
But
oh.
we're back on Facebook Live now. But if you haven't been with us up to this point, we do weird trivia, and so I go in like during the day before the show and I research and find stuff that people just need to know.
Barrett Robbins.
Barrett Robbins.
I love how you just chimed in.
Talk about the center from the Super Bowl?
Listen to my trivia, James.
Did we not talk? Yes. Yeah, you are. I'm not saying I don't want you
He
to
must
talk.
have done the
Hang
marijuana.
on 1 second.
He must have done the marijuana for
Yeah,
you
you
here.
smoking weed, boy?
Yeah, and he walks away. that just gave us our answer.
Hi, Tia.
Damn kids.
Yeah,
and their
just gonna
wacky
ignore me.
tobacco.
It's cool. It's cool. Hi, kid.
So on this day in history, let me get this out.
All right, here we go. Chad's trivia.
Thomas Crapper invented what?
Oh, I know this. The
He
flush
also-
toilet.
Yes, the flush toilet. He also died today. On this
Today?
day in history. So
Oh, this day in history. I'm like, oh, wow.
yeah. So
I almost said
when
it.
people
I
call it
almost
the
said the F word.
when people call it the Crapper, it was named after him. It wasn't because that was around before the name.
Thomas Crapper.
Thomas Crapper.
Did you know that, Tia?
Yeah. So he invented it
Aren't
today,
you glad
and
you
he
came
died
tonight?
on this day.
Right?
You guys can take that to bed with you. The more you know.
Yeah, I'm going to think about, yeah,
That's
never
an important
mind.
invention.
It is.
It's a very important invention.
Used to be
How would you get it to the,
I don't know how those people in Little
You'd have
House
to
on the
still
Prairie
go
did it,
dump it
but
out.
I can imagine.
They had outhouses.
They had trailers in the studio lot.
They had trailers in the studio a lot. I like
You know
my
what?
man over here. That's awesome. I don't ever get.
You know what? That was a very clever.
That was awesome. That makes it.
That was very clever, Kenny. Kenny, I really appreciate the work you put into the show.
You got it, man. I love doing it.
It's.
I felt like I just
it's
got
awesome.
one up though. I just
I'm
don't
telling you,
like. I
this
don't like
is
that
going to
feeling.
be.
Get
I'm
used to
having
it.
such a hard time not profaning,
Yeah, we can't be profaning.
but I'm doing good. I
I'm
haven't
proud
said
of you.
even
I said
once.
shit once, and you haven't said anything.
No, you've said it about 5 times.
I didn't know that was a rule. I've done it. I'll
Well,
refrain.
no, it's not. But so we've got some family members, and my nephew's 13. I'm sure when he finds out that Uncle Jim's on the air, he'll be glued to the.
I've got a 4-year-old buddy named Steve that listens to, and I just don't want him to have to hear that.
A 4-year-old?
No, I'm just kidding. How many
the
4-year-olds do you
Hey,
know that's
did you
named
feel
Steve?
left?
Stevie
Did you
from the
feel
cancer
left out?
unit?
Yeah, who names their kids Steve anymore?
Yep.
In the last 10 years.
Dave.
That's my middle name.
I did. You know what's crazy is you don't find old people named Chad. I mean, I'm getting up there, but I did. I was at an airport one time, and I met a guy that was about 80 years old with my name.
Really?
Yeah.
I've met a guy 80 years old with my name before.
James, yeah.
It's very common. Joe, James, LaPaca. Very common
LaPaca's
names.
very common.
LaPaca.
Joe Daddy's common.
Very, very common name.
Is Joe Daddy your birth name? Or did you pick that up in college? Or how'd you get that name?
Are you really Czechoslovakian?
Bobby BR gave that to you?
Are you from the Czech Republic?
Thomas
Well,
Crapper.
Thomas Crapper, the flush toilet.
Imagine the ridicule he would have got if he was a famous athlete and had that name on the back of his jersey.
What if he was a quarterback?
Can you imagine if he, he was a quarterback and he failed and he had that last name?
Right in the crapper.
Oh,
They'd have
we
to-
could
I
go on
mean,
for
you
days.
could-
I don't even want to get started with it. Yeah. Right in the crapper. Joe Daddy.
Thank
Awesome.
goodness he's not on the mic.
Guess whose birthday? So on the birthday end of things, I didn't
Thomas
do it for,
Crapper.
No, he died. That's not really a birthday.
Oh.
Maybe a rebirth day.
Oh, he
but,
died. I thought
But for the
You
week,
said-
No, he invented the toilet today, and then he died today.
So it is his birthday. Would be if he was alive.
No, he died today.
Oh, died. My bad. I'm. Yeah.
You've been on the marijuana
I've
like
been,
the other James.
Yeah, I was hanging out with James.
You're on the marijuana like the other James. But so I did birthdays for the week, and there were like, man, when I was coming up with this stuff on this useless trivia and this day in history, man, shit really didn't
Stuff that nobody cares
stuff,
about.
Yeah, stuff that nobody cares about. Not a lot has happened this week throughout, history. Normally I just have pages of this stuff, but
So today was a.
Dolly Parton birthday.
Oh, I thought. Okay, it's her birthday today.
I think
How old is she?
Who cares? Yeah, her boobs have been reborn probably
Several times.
several times.
I wonder what generation we're on. They're on.
Like the iPhone.
Like the sixth generation.
It's like the iPhone. We're on the 6th generation of her boobs.
Yep.
I've got
she-
a question, if you guys don't mind me cutting in for a second.
No.
Do it.
Somebody in the chat, and I'll go ahead and bring the chat up real quick so everybody else can see it. We got a Roll Tide in the chat, and I just wonder if there's still some leftover people that really believed you guys were Alabama fans because you were doing that gig at Captain Fun's.
Nate Dennis, of course. Nate Dennis.
Roll Tide.
He knows what. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Steve Burton in the house. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Jimmy Everett in the
Roll
house. Roll Tide.
Hey, Steve, do you know anybody under 10 years old named Steve?
Like literally named Steve, not Steven or Stevie or.
Steve. Did they still name people Steve? That's what we're wondering. No.
It's not politically correct. It's awesome.
That's funny.
No, they name their kids like Apple.
Yeah.
Right?
The stuff that people are naming their kids now is ridiculous.
Blue Ivy.
Yeah. Who is that? It's the lead
Kids
singer.
eat Tide Pods now.
We talked
That's
about
what we're
that on
talking
the
hell?
Pub Show.
Look at that. We're going to talk about that.
Tide Pod Challenge.
Hey, we talked about that on the Underground Pub Show last night, man. I hadn't heard of that shit.
I don't.
And I do internet. That's what I do.
So if you're out there watching, you don't know what it is. A Tide Pod challenge is where they take the Tide Pod that you put in the washing machine, they eat it, and so it's like this rage. All these kids are doing it and they're videoing it. I'm sure it's got to make you sick.
It doesn't even get you high, and that's the only reason I would have done it at that age. You know?
They're dying because of it.
People are, they're actually dying. They smell good though when they
We should
embalm
have
them.
a Tide Pod Challenge next week for a bottle of booze. So if the Tide doesn't kill them, they can slam the whole booze bottle.
I kind of remember the only challenge I can remember. I remember like the ice bucket challenge, but it was for a good cause, and you're not going to die from it.
I did the ice bucket challenge.
I did it. I did a good video about it that got shared a jillion times. But where you eat the teaspoon of ginger or cinnamon challenge, I remember that. But that's not going to kill you either. But this new challenge, they're videoing themselves.
Have you done that? The cinnamon challenge?
No.
Oh, I've done it. It makes you think you're going to die.
Have you seen that cat? Have you seen that guy from that catfish dude from South Carolina?
Yeah, that does the Carolina Reaper.
Yeah,
He
does
snorted
Carolina
it.
Reapers, and then he did like
the
I
world's
guess
hottest
snuff.
potato chip or whatever it was.
Yeah, the single. We're going to do that,
It was like a hottest potato chip ever.
Oh yeah.
and he could do one, and then. So I'm okay with that. You're not going to die.
Did you see him try to eat the can of snuff?
He drank an entire bottle of Fireball. I remember
He
saying
drank
that.
about 7 Coors Lights to save himself from that snuff that was from trying to eat that snuff.
Was there any challenge that you can remember when you were growing up? Because I remember the only challenge when I was young is sneaking booze into.
You know you're going to
school.
invoke pain on yourself if you try one of those things.
Sneaking booze into high school?
It's the ghost pepper potato chips is what he ate. I think.
That pissed me.
Remember when you got that? What was that? Devil's blood.
Devil's Blood. So I had my buddy Luke bring me a chicken wing, and I thought it was just like a regular chicken wing. And I like chicken
Trevor did.
wings, so I'm going to eat it on air because it's good. And it was fine. And then 30 seconds later, it was not fine. And then I was not fine for the next hour.
I know it was incredible. Yeah.
My face was raining, like literally raining with sweat.
Look up that catfish dude.
I'm glad we weren't
If
on
you're
air
listening.
because people would have thought I was on drugs of some sort.
Carolina Reapers and the catfish guy. Yeah. Oh, you were a mess.
Yep.
That killed you. Kenny, can we go to a break?
Yeah, we.
We're at the break.
Run the. Yeah. A pause for the cause. How's that?
There you go.
All right. We will break for about 5 minutes, and we'll be back.
break
on Play
for
Harder
6
Radio.
minutes.
6 minutes. 5, 6, 7. We'll see what it is. We'll be right back.
What are you? You're not going to strip, are you?
Brought to you by Tell Staffing and HR for your payroll, workers' comp, human resources, benefits, and staffing.
Did you see what Chad's dad put on there? He said, I
Also by
Jack Daniel's salad.
5025, gratitude, giving, health, wealth, and the fountain of youth.
See what your dad put on there?
Will you, let us know, like Nate just asked us to talk about?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've been letting you guys know about the chat whenever. Play Harder Radio was sponsored by Rocky's Termite and Pest Control, a family tradition since 1962. Rocky's Termite and Pest Control is family owned and operated and serves Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa counties. Give them a call today, 850-380-5408.
Studios host and call screener line. Please enter your show number and enter your 6-digit PIN number. Welcome, host. You have not started a show session in call-in studio and cannot yet receive calls on PMVN hotline. please visit the Call-In Studio website and welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In Studio web interface.
Back. We did come right back. I think that was about 6 minutes.
That's what I mean, that's what I was going for. I knew that 5 was going to be way too short.
Way too short. Had to go 6.
And before you guys get too far into that, just want to let everybody know the hotlines are up, 850-907-7686.
Yeah, call and give us a piece of your mind. I'd like to hear something. Maybe
I'd
we
like
can
to
get
hear somebody
something-
besides you.
Right? That hurt.
I'm sorry. I'm around you all the time.
Joe's going to be making is going to be posting around 1 p.m. tomorrow. I can tell already.
I can always tell when Joe Daddy gets up because my Facebook message starts popping. So after the
You better
the meeting,
slow your roll then, because that's the second one I saw in the last 2 minutes. You are a professional, though.
we have some friends coming, I found out, but they're just running late again.
They are?
What, isn't Wayne and them coming on the way?
That's what Joe said.
Why can't they get here at 7?
Interesting.
Every week we
Luke
do this.
probably had. I want to, DK, I just thank you for hosting us. No. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
for the shot of
DK,
Jaeger last night. It did me awesome today.
Yeah. Ooh, last night, dude. Last night. How are you today?
I felt good today. It
I
just
feel
took
good now.
It took a minute to get the yes. It took a minute to get the
JMO.
gears
JMO.
going. It took a minute to get the gears going today, but once we did,
Yeah.
What's up, Tom?
Hey.
Tom Pino
what's
in the
going
house.
on, man?
I almost
We're
beat your
kinda-
ass the other day. Remember that? Shaka bar, you were whistling. I hate that shit.
Was he whistling the other day?
He whistled once.
When? Where?
Was it here or at the Shaka bar? I think it was at the Shaka bar. It was.
I don't remember.
He whistled once.
For Alabama? Roll Tide.
It was during Oscar's birthday.
Roll Tide. Hey, to pay attention to the feed, Nate wants. He specifically asked for you. I don't know. I guess he thinks
Everybody does,
I don't
James.
know anything about. Yeah, I guess he thinks I don't know anything about golf, but
You probably
he wanted you to talk about Tiger Woods' return to the links.
I'm excited about it. I hate him, but I'm excited to see it. I want to see because he's 40 now, so it's not, or he's a little bit older than that, 41, maybe 42.
Yeah, maybe 41. Oh, are you
We're about to
with
get
us?
righteous.
What? In a minute.
Let's
All
do
right.
this as the owner of the break.
DK, David Kelly.
DK.
DK and Matt Hartley. They're also new Tell Staffing and HR clients.
I like it, man. We've been killing it lately.
Got to own the damn beach.
I'm going to go and do this without you.
I'm not going to work. Well, not that I work a lot now. I've kind of created a situation for myself that's.
We were talking about
Quite-
Tiger Woods, not about you.
Oh.
How do I feel about it,
Well,
though?
you know that I'm quite I have an ego problem.
Yeah, me too. God, that's a lot of ego in that condo.
I think you're way worse than me.
Yeah, probably. I'm better at everything.
I was surprised you wanted to stop at McDonald's today after you plowed those corn dogs last night.
Yeah. Oh, man. We'll get back to Tiger Woods, but I have to.
We will, Nate. We will talk about Tiger Woods. I promise.
So I bought a box of 14 corn dogs about a week ago because I was at Walmart and I was weak, so I bought them. And I've had about 3 of the corn dogs. And I wake up today, and I knew that I had not eaten them because I don't use yellow mustard. I use spicy mustard.
No, that's not. You're such a liar.
And there was 4 corn
You're a
dog
liar.
sticks sitting on the cutting board where somebody had put the mustard on the cutting board and was dipping the corn dogs into it.
I did not eat corn dogs last night. I swear. I did not eat corn dogs last night. I got up this morning. I see 4 corn dog sticks on the cutting board. And I'm like, oh, Chad had himself a little party last night.
That was not me, buddy.
Then he gets up and he goes, oh, did you enjoy the corn dogs last night?
I knew that I hadn't eaten them because the spicy
I
mustard
did not eat them.
I wouldn't have used the cutting board as a dipping
And I
tray.
certainly didn't put them back from the refrigerator into the freezer.
Well, that's how I know I didn't eat them because I don't keep them in the freezer. You can't cook them evenly. You can't cook them evenly out of the freezer. You have
I did not eat corn dogs last night.
Sounds like marital bliss.
Shut up.
Seemed a little heavier today.
There's a trick to cooking those when they're frozen, man. You put them in the oven until the stick turns black. I'm saying it sounds weird, man, but it works.
I bet it does.
I don't
work.
think you can say that.
That's
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah, I should take into account these people's
and-
emotions.
Anyways,
I
back to
apologize.
let's get back to Tiger Woods.
Oh, yeah.
Serious.
Nate, are you there?
We're done with the corn dogs. You were done with them, obviously.
Now that I'm done with my
I
racist
swear
corn
I did
dog
not eat
joke,
them. I do not like corn dogs. I am.
Yeah, you love them.
All right, go
obviously.
ahead.
But back to Tiger Woods. He is making his return. I'm excited for it. I hope that we can.
Whoever ate them, 4 is impressive.
Why would you leave the sticks? Why would you use a cutting board as a dipping tray? See, that's how. Also,
I don't know.
how I know
Why
I
do
didn't
you
eat 'em.
eat 4 right before you go to bed?
For one, I use spicy mustard and I squeeze it onto the top. You obviously dip it onto the.
You were in no shape to squeeze it onto the top for each bite.
it's fine.
At that point.
I was good. We did have a long day yesterday.
We didn't know how we got.
We did Uber. That was awesome.
We were in Altima and we didn't know it.
At least we don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
Our Uber.
Today, Chad's
proceeds-
like, I don't know why I feel bad. We didn't drive. I don't know why I feel guilty. We didn't drive.
And well, we couldn't work it yesterday anyway, so we ended up having a lot of fun during the freeze. So I don't feel guilty about it.
No. Yeah, we watched.
It's fine.
We went over to Tony Adame, the sports
Editor for P&J.
for the Pensacola News Journal, and watched the OJ. We watched 10 hours of
O.J. Simpson.
I guess it's probably about 7 hours of the O.J. Simpson.
It's pretty funny. So, Tony lives, what I would say is right next to us. It was 27 degrees outside.
2 complexes down.
Yeah, 2 condo complexes down, and it was 27 degrees outside, but it's in easy walking distance.
Maybe a quarter mile, maybe.
And so 27 degrees is cold. If you have no wind, it's cold. So I get dressed, and the condo, we're kind of situated so the wind was blocked, and I get outside of our gate, and I felt like Jack Dawson on the Titanic. Yeah.
Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That is scary to me that you know his name on the Titanic.
What? I know Rose, too.
Everybody knows Rose.
I still think he could have fit on that board if she hadn't been such a B word. He didn't have to die. She was selfish. Have you seen the diagrams that they show where Jack could have fit on that board that she was floating on? Why not?
It's obvious that she wanted to tell a big old story like way later in her life.
Some
and be all
84
famous
years
about
ago
it.
today.
I think she was making it pretty obvious. I think he made it pretty obvious that she couldn't just hit it and quit it. So she was like, "This is my chance."
Yes.
Oh,
So back to Tiger Woods.
yes. Okay, I'm going to be serious now.
I'm ready for his return. I hope he does well. I don't like him at all, but golf needs him right now.
See, I don't believe that. But He does. There's no denying what he did for the game.
He ruined it.
He what?
I think he ruined the game.
Do you think
You know, a golf
do you
course
think
closes. A
By
golf
setting
course
high
closes
expectations?
every 24 hours because of that dude. He made
Yeah,
kids.
because so many opened
Yeah,
because of that dude.
he made every kid think that they could play golf, and people don't realize how expensive that game is. And you had the first tee programs and all that stuff blow up, and then when he went away, so did all of that.
Aren't they still?
Yeah, they're not thriving, no.
The NFL has 60 seconds
What is that?
or 60 minutes or something like that. What is it? Their thing about getting kids outside to play.
I like it.
I like the first tee better.
I love playing outside.
Did something happen to Marty Stanovich's organization?
No, it's still killing it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Marty does a great job. Him and Bubba teamed up. My big buddy Bubba Watson. They teamed up.
Chad's beat Bubba in a tournament before. Is that correct?
And, no,
Oh, you didn't?
we just didn't. When we played together, I was his
I
dynamite.
thought you had
No.
bested him before.
I don't know. I might have. I don't think so
Sounds
though.
like
And I'll
some
be honest
bullshit
with
he
that.
would say though, for sure.
No, he.
No,
Chad-
I was really. I mean, I'm being serious. I'd like to get some newspaper articles out. When we ever were paired together, I could hit it farther than him, and so at that time,
That blows my mind.
that's how I could get in his head. But we always kind of butted heads. But I don't know. I kind of don't want to bash the guy at all or anything like that. He's doing a lot for first tee and all that stuff. But yeah, I've got some pretty some fun stories when I was growing up. But I don't remember beating him.
That's awesome. But I just saw Patrick Bolster. His comment on Kenny, I'm sorry you missed this one. The Ice Bucket Challenge at Guantanamo Bay is pretty hardcore.
That's awesome. My man Patrick.
I saw that, but we had moved on from that conversation for about 15 minutes when that popped up.
If you haven't noticed that I don't mind destroying the line of thought, then
No, I'm
go
okay
ahead
with
and you can participate.
Kenny, have you ever met Pat? Used to bartend downtown.
That is too funny.
5.5 Union Public House. Bridge
He has
Bar.
a new idea.
He does have a new idea, but we
name-
can't
the
talk
name-
about
the
that.
name
No, we're not
seems
going to talk about it.
very
I'm just
familiar,
saying.
for sure.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is be prepared.
Could you imagine me and that dude?
I'm saying be prepared.
Not together, but
No, that's what you meant.
business partners.
Oh,
Or not business partners. I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. But
I've got a
there's some
sound
stuff
bite.
that me and that dude could do.
I've got a
that-
sound bite
However,
for that,
I'm still
Chad.
going to talk about it.
Went gay all of a sudden.
Yes.
What was that?
Did you not hear it?
I like it.
I bet you do. No, I like
like
old
it.
Pat, man. I'm glad to see that he's out there watching. We have some interesting
Jack Paris
ideas.
Jack Paris is watching.
Me and Pat have some interesting ideas that we bounce off each other every once in a while, and not in a gay way either.
Jack, you're going to have to tell me where were we talking about? It was the old lady. You know what's funny is right before we went to break, your dad commented on the post.
Yeah.
He said
The Jack Daniels challenge.
that he did the Jack Daniels. Doug, are you watching? Are you watching me, Doug? He said he did the Jack Daniels challenge more than once. But see, I happen to know that Doug doesn't drink.
What, you just blew his cover. No, he doesn't drink.
But he talks about Jack Daniels all the time.
Well, you know, the crazy part about the bar that I opened, Admiral Good Times, it was always a fake bar.
Bar that I opened.
It's not a we thing. Anywho, it was always a fake
The
idea.
bar that
So
I opened.
we would, wherever we went for about 2 years, we would check in and we'd call it Admiral Good Times.
Right?
And then one day it became a real bar. Well, my dad had he was the first guy that I ever met that had a fake bar, and it was called the Twist and Shout.
So he had it before you?
Yes.
He had a fake bar before
Way
you?
before me. So I got the idea from him. Dad has never been in the bar business until he opened up a fake bar, the Twist and Shout. He would do nightly specials. It was crazy. I loved it. He needs to open that thing back up.
He put something online the other day about Trump. He knows Trump, it appears.
We actually
And,
we're 1 degree of separation from Trump. Which, I mean,
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying
Right on.
we have a kind of a, I don't know. My
you
brother's
know-
good friend and business partner is.
Some people don't like him.
Yes. Hey, on that
Did
note,
the stock market hit 26,000, or am I mistaken?
that was
yesterday?
because of Obama. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
No, crazy story. We were talking about different polls and how he's like not doing well in some polls and all these polls and blah blah blah. Who takes these polls? Because I've got I want to say close to 4,000 friends on Facebook. That's a lot. Not one of those dudes. Not one of those people has taken a poll
Right.
concerning
How do you
our
know?
president. Because I asked.
You know what's funny
Hey, did you
is
do a poll?
I did a poll.
the thing
Who
about the
doesn't take 'em?
polls is the thing.
Have
about,
you ever been asked to do one?
No.
It's weird.
And you know what? The thing about the polls is Hillary was going to destroy him.
Yeah.
And yeah, so here's what I got, polls.
I think they get whoever they want to take that poll to take it.
It's like the Nielsen TV ratings. How do you know
That's a box.
yeah, why have I
I've never
had
met
a
anybody
box?
that had that box in their house.
Never known
Right.
anybody that's had that box.
Does anybody know anybody that ever had the Nielsen TV ratings box in their house?
See? No, nobody.
I don't even think Lapaka's listening.
LaPaca doesn't even care. He's too
Statistically,
busy.
at least one person in this room should have known somebody that had the damn box.
I hate when he's got his back to us. Oh, he's eating chicken
He has
wings.
the best fucking jacket. Oops,
Oop.
sorry.
Ah!
I did. We're live. He has the best jackets.
LaPaca does have good jackets.
He does. He has. I
His
almost said it
jackets
again.
would make me think he's
He has
belonged to a
great
motorcycle
jackets.
gang of some sort.
I think Tia likes him because of his jackets.
The jackets turned
She's
you
like,
on.
that dude's got a sweet jacket.
Are we allowed to talk about them on Facebook?
We could talk about
just
him if we
kidding.
want. She didn't remember my name for like 6 months.
That's right. You had to introduce yourself over and over and over.
Over and over and over. Thank you. Thank you. I feel better now.
Everybody knows who I am.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. See?
I have
And none of them
4,000
take
friends on
polls.
Facebook.
No, that wasn't. At least I know them all.
You do not.
Tell me one that I don't know. Dave.
I
4-year-old.
don't, if you don't know him, how would I know him?
That's a good point.
Cindy Roberts.
Cousin. Know
Oh,
her.
okay.
Texas fan.
Hey, I want to know if Lubbock is listening. Has Lubbock?
Yeah.
Well, there was a Red Raider comment. There was a Red Raider comment earlier, so I know Lubbock's listening. But I don't. There was two Lubbock comments early. Red Raiders and
Is
love
the actual
wardrobe
town
choices.
commenting, or you're saying people
But-
from Lubbock?
I don't understand. Carla's comment was love the wardrobe choices, and I would say I would.
Did you see
think,
this shirt?
Oh, I see. My bad. Okay.
Yep. Let me
She's
get the
correct, yes.
cord out of there.
Speaking of Lubbock, if you guys
This T-shirt is actually.
It was a present from my niece,
right from
niece
your
and nephews.
niece, but that T-shirt is actually a slam.
See that?
Is actually a slam to your brother, to her
it?
father.
I thought it was about me.
Like a dad, only cooler. I disagree. Right? Right. If my daughter gave that to somebody, I'd be like, how do I say the F word but not say the F word?
I'm kind of a big deal in my family.
Breck says bite me.
Like it.
Bite me what? I was I'm
No, I'm sure he was referring to
I'm
Chad.
grabbing his. I got his back. Is what's happening.
Obviously.
Anytime anything derogatory comes over the chat, I
That
automatically
shirt
assume they're
would
referring
be-
to Chad.
Look at that. I've been working
Yeah.
out.
I would give.
Yeah. How many corn dogs would you give me?
I love me some Ashton, but I'd have to give her a piece of my mind about that T-shirt.
Or corn dog?
I haven't had a.
We're gonna
I
hey,
haven't had
next
a corn
Thursday.
dog.
We're gonna get Dave Kelly, the owner of the break, to do a corn dog night. And yeah, corn dog
Ooh,
challenge.
we should have we should make that a deal.
We should do the corn dog challenge. I don't know what it would be.
Like the Coney. Is that Memorial Day?
Guess what? I have some Coney Island trivia. It's funny you mentioned. On this day in 1885, the first roller coaster was invented in Coney Island. Speaking of corn dogs.
My brother, the musician, the famous musician.
Did you like that segue?
That was excellent.
Oh, you got to bring up your famous brother.
You know what? Joe mentioned during the last break that
Does your brother have 4,000 Facebook friends? Your famous brother?
he might have more than that, I would guess.
I bet he does.
He's kind of a deal.
He is a big deal.
You know what's kind of funny? I'm kind of proud of it. Is if you go on to AMI, the jukebox app, and look up one of Elton John asked him to cover one of his songs. And so when you go on the Facebook app, it's like Sweet Painted Lady, Elton John, Sweet Painted Lady, John Grant. Just saying.
And Chad Colquitt beat Bubba Watson at golf one time too.
No, I never said that.
I
made that up.
I didn't make it up. I asked a question.
And I gave you a truthful answer. I don't
asked
think
a
I
question.
did. But anywho.
I like how Tia went to smoke 15 feet back.
That's very polite of you. You know, you just brought up AMI. Anybody out there knows what AMI is? It's a electronic jukebox. They have them at a lot of bars.
AMI Entertainment.
AMI Entertainment. Hopefully,
They're a record label as well.
in the next couple weeks, we'll be talking with them.
We're having some serious discussions with them, and when that goes down, the party's on.
Yeah, we're not going
Just
to be doing
saying.
much after that. I mean, we will be.
I'm just saying, I'll be doing a lot after that.
It'll be our first $1 billion client if we land
That's
them.
when I'm going to get my first Ferrari.
I don't need a Ferrari.
I just want to start it up and rev it at red lights.
I would do that. I was thinking more of a purple Lamborghini because I like the song.
And cut the top off of it.
That's a completely
Maybe you should be
different
more
song.
original than that.
That's a completely different song. Pulled up to the scene with my ceiling missing. That's 2 Chainz. Not
That's
a, fan.
a lot of change when you're cutting the top off of your Lambo.
Bama Jarrah, who's
Right.
hung out with us before from Jackass. Remember that? Yeah.
What, you guys hung out with him?
Oh yeah, we went on Keith's boat with him and I can't remember the other guy from Jackass. We had a good time. They were weird though. You could tell that's exactly what they do for a living.
Steve-O?
No, it wasn't Steve-O. Met him.
No, you
and
would remember
Foley.
that.
No, Bama Jarrett. Oh yeah, it was after
Johnny Knoxville?
It was after. No, it's starts with an F. His last
Starts
name.
with an F?
Yeah.
Let me guess then.
I'm gonna pull up the.
They didn't do their show, put it that way.
No, they didn't make it in to do their show, and I'm not saying it was because of us, but it's still a pretty cool story.
That's an awesome story.
It was me and Luke Harp and Casey Turtle and Bam. And, I got a picture of it.
I haven't seen Turtle in a while.
Man, that dude had a kid, disappeared. I guess he's doing the right thing.
She's a cutie.
Yeah, she has a beautiful
He's in
kid.
love with her. That's for sure.
You're supposed to be in love with your kids, James.
Chad, if you text me the picture,
I'm not
I can
saying
get
you're
it up.
not.
All right, hold on.
We're taking a timeout while Chad looks something up.
No, you
on
can
his
talk. Go
Facebook
ahead and
page.
ramble like you always do.
Joe said we don't talk about sports too much yet.
We haven't. That's fine. Where does it really say
I thought we talked about O.J. Simpson.
I thought that's what Antiger was. I thought that's why we put the sports ticker at the bottom. Doesn't that handle it?
How is that? Is it working out good?
It's there, man. It's there. It's
That's
I
awesome.
found the picture. We're going to send
Look
it. Kenny's going to upload it.
We got to take some snapshots of that as for cover page stuff.
What is that?
I got you, man. I record. I've got a local recording of.
I'm
all
trying
the
to
live
act like,
streams.
Jeremy.
Kenny's doing his job. What's up, brother?
That dude's giving you doomy eyes.
He's a good look. I get a lot of that from a lot of people.
A lot of dudes, especially.
A lot of dudes.
And then he walks up and spills a beer. You watching this guy?
That's why I like doing the show at a bar because that's why I like doing the show.
Why don't you post that in the feed?
That's what Kenny's going to do because I just sent it to him.
I'll put it up. Oh, did you already send it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm behind on times. Give me.
Is Joe in the
I'll have
picture?
it up in about a minute.
No,
and a half.
Joe Daddy was not on the boat with us.
For who?
Joe Daddy was the security.
This was in the time that I
didn't know
living
you
in
yet.
Baltimore, evidently. I had fun in Baltimore.
You
know what? We're gonna have
I probably just met you around that time. I didn't know you that well, but I don't know that we can talk about it on air. But I would like to tell some people one day how I actually met you.
I'd like to hear that story.
Remember, I grabbed Hannah, and she goes, "Hey, my dad's right next to you." Like, I really reached around and I me too'd her.
The girls?
Yeah, me too'd Hannah. Me too'd her. She was sitting on a stool, and I me too'd her, and she goes, "That's my dad sitting right next to me." And shook the hands. He didn't hit me.
Hannah and I were at the break one time, and
Me
she used to
tutor.
come in here before she was
Of age.
Can I say that?
I don't know. I don't know if
Do you get
DK
in
would
trouble
appreciate
for
that.
I mean, I already said it.
Yeah, so go ahead.
And
Digging it.
this guy is hitting on her. I mean, like, he's like going, she's like, "Dad." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, this guy is just trying to go to work. And I'm like, she's like, "Hey, this is my dad, Jim." And this guy's like this. He's like, "Hi." And I mean, he just does not
He's
give
done.
two shit. He does not give two shits about who I am. Or whatever.
I think I stayed around and talked for a minute, even though I was super embarrassed that I.
So
she's
she's close to 6 foot tall. And so I tell the dude, I go, "Listen, dude, I'll tell you what, you can keep talking to her if you're taller than she is." He's like, "All right." I mean, he's like 5'8" or 9" or something like that. And she stands up and he just goes,
You ruined it.
It was funny. It was funny. Very funny.
How did you not slap me that day? I'm like, now looking back on it, knowing you now and how aggro you get.
All right, I have the image up. So
I don't find myself to be a very angry person. Is Matt Nace here?
Only when it comes to football.
Is Matt
There you
Nace
go.
here? You and your family.
Yeah, he was not happy with you.
Matt. You know, the funny thing is, Matt was not the one that was upset. Luke was more upset.
I'm trying to figure out in this picture which
Matt
one is
comes
you,
up.
Chad.
I bartended.
I'm the guy on the right, the really good-looking one. I just don't have glasses on there.
I went up to.
You can tell by my calf muscles which one's me.
I was
I
bartending at
inherited
Captain
those.
Fun's that
The
night,
Ace
and
hat?
Matt Nace came up and ordered an FU and Coke from me. FU and your family and Coke. Can I get an FU and your family and Coke, please? My bad. I didn't mean to say it. Why don't we take a little break, little pause for the cause, run the Tell and the Rockies commercial, and a little music, and
Make sure to
we'll
turn the
be
mics off.
back. We'll be back on Play Harder Radio in 6 minutes. Peace out.
Brought to you by Tell Staffing and HR for your payroll, workers' comp, human resources, benefits, and staffing. Also by 5025, gratitude, giving, health, wealth, and the fountain of youth.
Welcome back to another week of Play Harder Radio on Facebook Live.
Do what now?
Are you paying attention?
I'm trying to listen up.
Why don't we just do the show instead of you
just
trying to listen in
just
on what
ramble.
everybody else
Let's
is
get
doing?
this thing going.
Is that a Georgia shirt? What are you doing in here?
Ladies' room is there to the right.
All right, we're live.
We're live. If you've never turned 40 before, I'd suggest everybody do it.
You look it.
Yeah, man.
Give him the mic.
What do I gotta say?
How many drinks have you had? But nobody here gives a shit about that.
No. Yeah, so there's a lot of just weird stuff that could go on today, but
Mr. Colquitt at a loss for
was
words.
I was sitting over there staring at
I'm
Linda.
throwing up on myself. Now, there's nobody in here with a fanny pack on.
No, because they know that it's disrespectful to be in the presence of the guy that started the trend.
Blah, 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 blah.
You don't want to
blah.
be.
Go to Play Harder Radio on Facebook and like our page. We'd appreciate it. Oops, sorry.
Whoa.
Fascinating. That's fascinating.
Whoa! That's $1 in the swear jar.
Yeah, it's going to cost me, I know. It's
Ew.
not that you're arrogant. It's just that you're an arrogant prick. just
There we
that.
go.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Welcome back. Kenny has some of our finer moments put together.
Yeah, we're gonna make a lot more of those.
I've got way more, actually.
We're gonna make a bunch of those.
Who keeps coming in here and interrupting?
Yeah. Zip it.
In or out, babe? Pick a side. So we're back.
Yeah. Let's talk about Tiger Woods.
Yeah, we started off the last segment, the last half hour. We were going to talk about Tiger Woods, and
Nate Dennis was kind of wanting to hear our.
Nate Dennis wanted to hear about what we thought about.
Tiger
Well,
Woo.
he wanted to hear what you thought about his
Yeah,
comeback.
apparently your opinion is worthless. I didn't say that. I'm
Well,
saying.
actually, you just did.
I'm saying if like you're looking outside, looking in at somebody.
You did actually just say it.
Anywho. Did you know what happened today? They came out with the prototypes for the border wall. What are you looking at? It's Corona.
Matt McKeon's bail bonds koozie.
I like them. I never really use a koozie much, but
But you use a bail bondsman all the time, right?
exactly.
Well, actually, I
that's
have
how we got these.
been using a bail bondsman recently. Unfortunately,
I've seen the photos.
I appreciate your fucking humor.
Whoa! There's two. There's two.
I bet that's going to be a soundbite someday.
Are we gonna have a hat trick today?
I'm not
Save
going to go
that.
for the hat trick.
No, but listen, for real though.
How long do I have? 48 minutes.
They came out with the prototypes today for the border wall, and I thought it was a joke at first, and I start reading, and it was literally like shades and colors and styles, and it was like you were at Lowe's or Home Depot picking out tile or paint or a garage door, and it was hilarious. Like they had like 6 different styles, and I'm like, it was like, I don't know.
The Home Depot comment was insensitive. Just want to let you know that.
Yes, and that's why it was made. But that's not even a joke. That's real. The prototypes for the border wall came out today.
Cool.
And so there was like a selection you could make, but nobody did a poll, Kenny. Could we get a poll on the border wall? Online poll.
Can we do polls when we're doing the show?
Does
We
Facebook
should try
have
that.
polls? Twitter has polls. Do you guys have a Twitter account?
I think
I have a Twitter
think Facebook used to have polls. I don't think
I
they
think
anymore.
I made a Play Harder
Do
Radio
they?
Twitter.
I will. If there is a poll, I can set it up. What do you want it to be?
We don't know yet. We'll have to think about
We'll
it.
think about that for a week.
What color should the wall be?
Let's do a poll to see if you guys will ever figure
There's
out
a
what poll
microphone.
you want to do.
There's a microphone
There's a
there if
mic
you have an
right
idea.
there.
I do want to hear it. That's why I want you to get on the mic.
You probably want it to be a darker color.
All right,
or
hang
like
on.
maybe a lighter color
all
so you
about
can
it.
see the little
They're
brown
all about
guys.
it. People with a mic in their
Tia
face.
talked on the mic last week.
Speaking to it.
Say hi.
Hi.
Well, I couldn't hear you.
She's embarrassed. What color do you think the wall should be?
Black.
We want it to work, James.
Brown.
Camouflage.
Well, I
so
don't.
They don't see it.
If it's
Camo.
brown, then they could just stand next to it
I
and.
saw a border wall and it was painted black.
God, Jingo.
I have a better idea. I think that I could provide border security cheaper than a wall.
What would you do?
In a libertarian fashion,
I like.
I
when
would
you-
withdraw some of our troops from around the world, from bases around the world, and I would line them up at half-mile increments
with
in
rifles.
teams of 2, about, I don't know, a quarter mile from the wall, from the border, with a 50 cal Barrett and a spotter. And if you step across the damn border, you get shot. That's what I would do.
You're gonna
It
turn
would
us into
take
North
one
He wakes up
Korea?
happy every day.
One
That's
week
how they
and it
do
would
in
be
North
done.
Korea.
Yeah, nobody. They're done coming over.
1 week.
They're done coming over. They are not coming over anymore.
Hey, we haven't talked about sports.
I
So,
would electrify the Rio Grande so they couldn't swim across it.
Fournette, Leonard Fournette from the
Would you guys
Jackson-
like to take a call?
Yeah, who's calling?
Yeah,
I can't tell you his name. I can tell you his number.
yeah. Let's
I
take
tell
a
you
call.
what, he's on the air with you guys. Hold on, 2 seconds. All right, he's on.
Hello?
Yo.
Hello,
Hello?
who we got?
What's up, guys? It's Schreiber.
Oh, my man.
It's
John
Schreiber.
Schreiber from the Underground Pub Show.
John, what's going on, my man?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
Another great show on a fabulous network.
Right?
It's. I
It is
think
a
we're.
fabulous network,
You know,
isn't it?
it is. It is.
John's one of the hosts for the Underground Pub Show. It's also produced by our main man Kenny over here.
He's been our guest before on the show.
He's been a guest of ours before on the show. That was an echo.
We gotta get you guys in the studio as a guest on their show.
We've done it before.
No, you guys did it for the live show, but I'm talking about in the studio.
Oh, yeah,
man,
yeah.
where-
We
Dude,
would love to.
Ratings would be huge. But
I want to BS with Bobo.
But
So-
that's,
so-
that's what we're looking for, man.
yeah, somebody's got to keep him awake.
Well, our show is.
Lord,
our shows aren't that much different. We just have one less person.
guys.
Right?
John, real quick. John's
Yeah.
a Alabama and Saints
much,
fan.
yeah.
If you don't know him, I was wanting to know, how did you feel? Were you?
Oh, my
give me
God.
a scale of 1 to 10 on Monday. What was the hangover like after watching that Saints debacle?
Well, to quote one of my favorite movies, this is Spinal Tap. The numbers went to 11. The numbers went to 11 on
awesome.
that one.
Man, that was a
It was devastating, man. We talked about it a pretty great deal on my show last night, and
my show.
thankfully I was around my mom and dad and my son and girlfriend, so I wasn't able to have quite the meltdown that one might expect.
That I
But
wanted
as soon
to.
as I got home, it was and the sting of it really set in. It was man, it was like having somebody give you a lottery ticket and then snatch it right out of your hands. It was
Yeah,
it was a bummer, dude.
Have you ever seen a worse defensive play in your? I mean, ever?
No, I can't. I've watched that play about 100 times.
why would you watch
So,
it more than
like,
once?
Because like I said on our, because I felt like I needed an answer. I felt like I needed an answer for what just happened because I mean there it was. We kicked the field goal. I thought that was it. We're gonna win. We're gonna play the Philadelphia Eagles, which I like. I liked our chances against the Eagles.
Loved your
I mean, I know the
chances.
Falcons probably thought the same thing, but I felt like we were a better team, and so I liked our chances. And then all of a sudden, you know, and then the defense actually did well on that next drive. They stopped them a couple of times. I remember thinking, cool, as long as a 65-yard touchdown doesn't happen, we should be all right. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened almost right after I thought that.
That
It was-
just happened.
What happened was impossible.
yeah.
I'm telling you, I get your passion for your team, and I'm a Saints fan, but I'm actually a Bears fan, but I like the Saints living in the area down here. and
Grew up
my
a
friends
Cubs
are-
fan wearing a Baltimore hat. That's
I'm not a Cubs fan anymore.
Whoever's hot at the moment.
Anyway, shut up. But
like CJ.
I would not.
Yes.
I would cut Marcus Williams. I would never have him play for me again.
He's not really playing for you now, obviously.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going to happen with all that because he actually, if you go back and look at his stats, he actually had a pretty great rookie campaign, including a touchdown in that game that potentially could have helped the Saints, or that got the Saints back in that game, or I'm sorry, not touchdown, an interception that got the Saints back in that game. It was looking pretty grim until that happened. So it's like a weird catch-22 of the whole thing. Like, he made what could have been a whole game-changing play, and then he definitely made a game-changing play or I guess he made a lack of play. That
Right.
was game-changing. So
You've kind of gone through.
I don't know what's going to happen with him, but
You've kind of gone through some emotions being a Alabama and Saints fan over the last few weeks. I'm just glad you're still with us after all that.
yeah, I mean, I know. Well, when it comes to Alabama football, I don't get me wrong, I love them. They're the team I root for every week in college football. But I'm not quite as passionate about it as I am the Saints. So when Alabama won, I was actually still recovering from the night before when the Saints beat the Carolina Panthers, which I don't know if you guys remember. That was a really close game too.
Yeah, I loved
Really
I loved what
came
y'all did to
down
Cam Newton.
the last play that.
Did that not make you happy what the Saints
Yeah,
did to
man,
Cam Newton?
we tore him up in that game.
Yeah, they kicked his.
You couldn't see the bruises, but they were there.
Beat him 3.
I love seeing Cam Newton get beat
yeah,
down.
I'm-
I call him Cammy.
Derek in the house.
Cammy Newton.
He dresses like a chick.
As a Saints and Alabama fan, I've for a long time I've disliked that guy. So it was nice to finally hand him not 1, not 2, but 3 losses. And so I was, Chad, I saw you that night. I was at the bar and feeling nice and toasty after that game. So I was kind of recovering the next day watching the national championship.
Yeah,
And
that was
Alabama
that was a
won,
night of bear ball, wasn't it?
Filled with joy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
it was a bear ball night.
Yeah.
I've never
Ooh.
partaken in that. For some reason, I've just never felt the need to go.
I never
I
have.
overrated.
I've never been to.
Oh, I love going. I just knew that if I went that Sunday, that I was going to have to sign a bunch of autographs and answer a bunch of questions.
Oh,
that I
my
just didn't
Lord.
feel the need that do that night. I was kind of tired from work. Me and Meach had worked at Funds all day, and it just wasn't a day that I wanted to converse with people. You know that fake conversation that people always have. They're like, "How are you doing today? Like, what's been up? What's
Hey,
been going?"
man,
They really
how are
don't
you?
care.
You have the
I-
one with Schreiber right
Good to
now.
see you.
Yeah, that's what we're doing to Schreiber right now.
This isn't meaningless.
But
No,
just-
I'm invested in this conversation.
Yeah, I like Schreiber. So this isn't fake. This isn't a fake conversation. I've had those before. But
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad.
so from here on,
It's a good. Good.
so for here on out in the playoffs, into the Super Bowl, what 2 teams do you see going to Super Bowl, and who's going to win it?
I know this sounds crazy, but
Jacksonville.
One would think it would sound crazy, but it's really not. Now, I actually really like Jacksonville's chances against the Patriots.
Man,
It's hard to
they're
pick anybody against the Patriots.
if your team is not your team's not in the playoffs, I think everybody's going to go with Jacksonville. They're gonna have a lot of fair weather or whatever
Bandwagon.
fans.
Bandwagon.
Yeah, bandwagon fans supporting them this week, and I'm going to be one of them. So
That team, if any team, deserves it, though. I mean, when do they get any
Yeah,
love?
I-
ever?
yeah, they're almost like a charity case,
I'm going to be rooting for Tom Brady.
kind of.
I mean, Haley got fired not because they lost that game, but because they lost that game to Jacksonville.
Who?
Right hand?
Yeah,
Yeah,
his,
Man, that's
his
the
throwing hand got
Patriots doing
jammed.
that.
Yeah, apparently it's a throwing hand. Like,
It's more Belichick bullshit, is what that
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
it's very Bill Belichick-ish, if you ask me.
And you guess what doesn't matter?
I don't know. I mean, I've never had anything wrong with. I've never had anything against the Patriots. I really haven't. But
can't,
I-
'cause
they
they-
can die. They can
They'll
die
show up
in
at your
the
house
kind
and
of
beat
over
you.
it, okay, I get it. Tom Brady's great, but I'd like to see Jacksonville. I like their chances against them, and I really don't see Philadelphia pulling off any kind of upset this weekend. But
They make good
obviously
cream
I'd like to see
cheese.
it after last week. So.
But CJ says that Foles is a top-rated quarterback.
He was when he was at Arizona,
He was when he had a racist receiver.
right? Riley Cooper.
He did
He was
okay.
awesome.
I didn't think he was racist.
He did okay that first year with Philadelphia, I remember.
I want Philadelphia to win because Minnesota does not deserve shit. They don't deserve no.
I'd like to see Minnesota and the Jaguars play. It'd be the lowest-rated Super Bowl of all time.
Let me tell you what.
I mean,
the
that's fact.
The Jaguars on Sunday, they went out to the big lead, and it was a 3-point game. It turned out to be a 3-point game. But I still say that the Jaguars kicked their butt. They kicked their butt because they answered every time the Steelers came back, they answered the bell.
Hey,
They
John.
answered the score. That throw he threw inside the 5-yard
It was awesome.
line, Blake Bortles, he's not getting enough credit.
Yeah.
Hey, John, did you see what happened to Leonard Fournette?
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I know he. I come about the recent
The car accident. This is awesome. If anybody out there's
Signed the bumper.
yeah, if anybody out here hasn't heard this story, Leonard Fournette got rear-ended by this lady, and
By a lady.
and she happened to be a
A car accident.
Steelers fan, and so the banter starts between them both. She apologized, but she was like, her parents were at that game. So it's funny. Facebook's had a good time with it with some memes and some other stuff, but it's. I think he ended up signing some stuff for her, and they're all good. He wasn't hurt.
I actually didn't know that part of it. I knew he was involved in a car accident and nothing bad happened to him or whatever. I mean, he Leonard Fournette, I think he's had a great season and all, but we talked about it on the Underground Pub Show last night. He seems like that one injury from back in LSU still kind of following him.
Like he runs scared.
He tweaked it in that Pittsburgh game. He had a couple injuries throughout the season.
He plays a little scared. He kind of reminds me of
Yeah,
Adrian.
I agree.
Remember when Adrian Peterson came out of Oklahoma and had all the knee issues? Hopefully that Fournette ends up having that type of career, but they really do remind me a lot of each other as far as their injuries and how they kind of.
They have Jacksonville has another running back. Roll Tide.
Yeah, who is it?
Tell him,
TJ
tell him,
Hilton.
Schreiber. Tell him.
Oh yeah, he kicked ass last week too. I totally forgot about him.
Yeah, he's done really well. I had a lot of faith in TJ Yeldon going into the pros, almost as much as I did my man Heisman Henry. They were both drafted the same year, so.
I couldn't believe how big Derrick Henry looked
Derrick
without
Henry and
pads.
TJ Yeldon
We
were,
saw him warm up. It was crazy. He looked like a tight end. Derrick Henry's a big dude for a receiver. He's very tall.
For a running back.
Running back.
You know what's crazy though? So we're going back to that Saints Vikings game. There was something that really good came out of it for the Saints. Your punter Thomas. You say it Morstead or Morstead?
Thomas Morstead.
Yeah. So this has kind of happened a few times throughout the
he
NFL.
broken ribs.
Yeah, so it's kind of happened a few times out the NFL this year where the opposing team ends up donating to that person's charity, and he happened to be the recipient. So all the Minnesota Vikings fans have gone to his charity, which is basically, I think, for like childhood medical bills or to help childhood cancer, stuff like that. That's his charity. Well, they're going to basically put together about $100,000. And he's going back to Minnesota and giving it back to a children's hospital there. So that's a pretty incredible story, man.
Yeah, dude, I was really happy to hear about that too with Thomas. He had kind of a relatively rough game. I mean, he played well. Thomas Morstead's a great punter, but you could tell he was hurting in that game. He actually had some rib issues.
Yeah,
And,
you could see it in his last few punts where he was grabbing himself after
but
the.
he played through it though, so I mean.
Well, good deal, man. We'll.
But yeah, I was noticing that, but yeah, dude. I mean, it's it was a bummer that game, but I mean, I've moved on. It's back to the old saying goes, we'll see what happens next year. I'm very interested to see what happens with Drew Brees and his contract. He turned 39 the day after that game.
Keep giving him money.
Believe it or not, and his contract's actually up.
He doesn't get touched a lot.
He said he doesn't want to play anywhere else. He said,
Yeah.
I'll be here as long as they'll have me.
Give him a 5-year deal, just like Brady. Neither one of those guys really gets touched. So as long as they can toss the rock and make they're good game managers, make good decisions, he's going to be relevant.
The year after a quarterback says, I'll be here as long as they want me, they usually end up in Denver the next year. Has anybody else noticed that?
That's awesome. Yes.
Hi, Peyton Manning.
Part of me would kind of like to see the Saints look into some of these quarterbacks that are coming into the.
Who's your
draft this
backup
year,
still,
because,
Chase Daniels?
Not that I'm saying as an immediate. It's Chase Daniels, who I mean,
Missouri.
he's a fine quarterback, but I mean, this is not going to be
Fine as a good-looking?
Breeze, you know, like he's kind of like a career in case shit happens, in case stuff happens kind of guy, but.
He's a little thick, isn't he?
But I know that there's a lot of quarterbacks going to the
Jared
draft this year
Lorenzo
that I
pick.
really like. A quarterback that doesn't get talked about a lot in the draft is Mason Rudolph out of Oklahoma State. I would kind of like to give that guy a look.
Well,
Why doesn't anybody talk about Mason Rudolph? I love Mason Rudolph.
Mel Kiper has, and I agree with him. And our first, I think our first show that we talked about college football this year, I said the kid from Wyoming,
Josh Allen.
yeah, was going to win the Heisman, and he didn't win the Heisman. But Mel Kiper and myself still think that he's going to be the first QB selected.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's apparently it's either him.
He's
or
got
that
the Carson
guy from
Wentz
UCLA.
effect.
Right, yeah. The difference here is, the Heisman goes to the guy that's the best college player. The people that get drafted are the ones that are NFL ready. There's such a big difference.
Yeah, and I think he's got the Carson Wentz effect. I think he can go in and be effective out the gate. So that's,
Just as an example, and even though he had a down year despite the drops, whatever, Derek Carr, he was nowhere near the Heisman watch or whatever, but he was one of the most NFL ready, which is why he went in the second round, right?
Is Darden NFL ready? He was his bowl game was
I guess
horrible.
I can see it,
I think it was on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that one. But I mean, like James was saying, I mean, I don't hear a lot of people talk about Mason Rudolph a lot, and I really like the kid. I actually got the chance to watch him live against the South Alabama Jaguars, and I mean, granted, it was against South Alabama, but he's the kind of quarterback I like. He seemed really calm in the pocket. He ran only when he needed to. Had a lot of faith in his receivers with the way they ran the routes and whatnot. Like, he was very impressive to watch. I would really like to see the Saints at least give this guy a look. Like he might be a sleeper pick.
I would like to see if they could pick up Mason Rudolph, and if he would sit if you could get a couple more years out of Drew Brees, and he could sit behind him for 2 years and learn the way Aaron Rodgers sat behind Favre and learned, he could be awesome in New Orleans.
Hey, Schreiber, we've got another caller calling in.
I agree.
Can we get back with you and let's try and get something set up for the Underground Pub Show.
Absolutely, man. We'll stay in touch. All right.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. We'll see you. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for the call, man. Good talking to you.
All right, sounds good, guys.
Thanks, John.
As always.
Oh, we lost. We lost
Did
the
we
other
lose
one.
our other caller?
Oh, shit, I left Schreiber on and hung up on the other guy. That was my bad.
No worries.
Did you
I'm
see
sure
the
they'll be
number?
back. Well, let's take another little break.
No,
and
because I deleted it. No, I didn't.
All right, so whoever called, I'm not sure who it was, but give us 6-7 minutes, and we'll be back on the air, and you'll be the first priority when we come back on. We'll be right back on Play Harder Radio.
Play Harder Radio is sponsored by Rocky's Termite and Pest Control, a family tradition since 1962. Rocky's Termite and Pest Control is family owned and operated and serves Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa counties. Give them a call today, 850-380-5408.
All right. Welcome back.
Yo.
That was Sniper 66 out of Austin, Texas. Punk band. Did you like that?
My dad loves him. He's got a shirt from when he was at the concert.
So you got to make something funny out of it when we're trying to give the band some props.
Guess what happened in 1886 today?
I guess we're not going to talk about Sniper 66 too much more.
We're going to talk about them in a minute after Tiger Woods.
What year?
but 1886.
Oh, are we going to finally address the Tiger Woods situation?
Nate Dennis, we're going to get to Tiger Woods here briefly. But anyways, in 1886, modern hockey was formed. I haven't watched any of it since.
You're missing out. Hockey's awesome.
Guess what else happened?
It's not big in Hawaii.
In 1958, it's also a hockey, some trivia knowledge. It was integrated, which I don't really know why. I mean, there's only like 2 black people I've ever seen play hockey. So that was a big movement.
There's more than that.
Vince Scully used to have a black hockey player.
Yeah, he was an enforcer. I remember that dude.
There's
Grant Fuhr was, yeah, it is racist.
Grant Fuhr,
My brother met Grant Fuhr.
Jerome and Ginla.
My brother, hey, Breck played golf with Grant Fuhr. How crazy is that?
Really?
Yeah, in Las Vegas. My brother was there with a buddy of his, and the story.
White men can't jump, and black guys can't skate
or swim.
or swim. That
We
dude
learned that
No.
on the OJ deal.
Right. The
Yeah,
dude
so-
that you had on that video you were playing today, that dude that went out, he goes, this is a black cat, and he goes, went out to the club last night with 5 white guys, and I learned 5 things.
Yeah.
White guys ain't afraid of the bouncer.
No,
Dude's 5'8", bouncer's 6'5",
does not matter.
275 with a ponytail, and the 5'8" guy's like, "Do you want to take this outside?"
He said, "We're already."
We're already outside.
Trying to get in before we go out.
It was that dude was funny.
But anyways, so if anybody ever asks you when the NHL was integrated, it was 1958.
So when you say integrated, you mean like Jackie Robinson?
Yeah, was there a Jackie Robinson in hockey?
No, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
42.
1958. Just in case
42.
it's going to come up on Millionaire, or it's going to come up on Millionaire, or one of those TV shows,
Who
and you're going
was-
to have the answer.
Wait a minute. Who was black and playing hockey in 1958?
That was the point. Who had? That was the point.
Why didn't you say it
We're
then?
going to go ahead and open this up to everybody.
Yes. Yeah, we're just going to let everybody play hockey.
Even though
Hey, Breck,
it was
I'm not
just
sure all of
Eastern
your
Europeans.
Breck, I'm not sure all of your comments have been addressed, like bite my junk, Chad bite my junk, Chad can't putt good enough to beat Bubba.
See, at least I was honest
some
about
of that
I
other
have
stuff.
not beat him. I don't
Call
think.
in. No, I was giving you props that you didn't deserve, but I would
Yeah.
still give them to you if you hadn't told me. But Breck, call in and tell us something.
Hey,
we need some.
Do you know in
some insight.
2001,
Call in and tell us something.
Bill Clinton admitted to lying under oath about Monica Lewinsky. That
You mean
happened
about
today.
not having sex in the Oval Office?
He had relations. Joe Daddy's got it.
I did not have
Watch.
sexual,
relations
with that woman.
Al Capone's birthday's
Miss
today.
Lewinsky.
I like Al Capone.
Al Capone was a good dude. He was a sharp.
Did you see him bash that guy's head in at the
sharp dresser.
on the Sharp Dressed Man at the conference table? Was that in The Untouchables? Is that the name of the movie? The
That was
Untouchables.
ZZ Top, wasn't it?
Jim Carrey's birthday's today. He's 56.
I
He's
don't
a
think he is.
liberal loon.
I think he's right, finally.
I think I'm kind of with Kenny. I think this dude has kind of got it figured out. He's figured out his type of crazy. And that's kind of me. I'm not a lot different. I'm not liberal, but figured out my type of crazy, and I've kind of owned it. And I think that's what Jim Carrey did.
You do own it.
Yes.
Nobody else will.
Should I play the fanny pack line again? Because that was pretty funny.
What is it? Do it.
Oh, you didn't know? I don't know where it's at in that whole collage of things, but I did record a conversation about your fanny pack, and
If my
you
friend,
think you're a trend starter, but you're not.
Dude, I never said I was a trend starter. I just didn't let the trend
Obviously,
die.
I need to replay it.
if
Nope.
my friend Al Passarella is listening in Baltimore,
Do what?
Black hockey players in America are
It's not
African
turned
American. Okay.
That is.
All right.
There we go.
But in Canada, they're Afro-Canadian.
Say that again, but slowly.
Okay. Black hockey players in the U.S. are African American. In Canada, they're Afro-Canadian.
That's because they're behind in their
I know, it
social
just is funny,
justice.
but the
because
earliest one
That's
is
they
real.
used to
You're-
say
you're not-
Afro Americans here, but
the
that
earliest
was
one is
deemed
Darren Lowe,
unacceptable.
83-84.
See?
When I talk
So
about
they,
LP, when that
they
somebody,
integrated in 58, and the first was in 83. God, the movement.
it took 25 years to get it done.
Is that I didn't do the math. Is that off the hip?
That's good, brother.
Is that right? Damn.
I do math. What can
I
I,
didn't
say?
get that I didn't get that gene.
I hope they responsibly participated in the Rooney Rule.
That's awesome.
When I had to bond out, I can figure that 10% real quick too.
Anyways, did you know that Bitcoin crashed this week?
Now I wouldn't say crashed. I mean that
It dropped like
thing fell off the
$7,000.
cliff.
Yeah, $7,000 in like 10 days.
So wait, but let's see, down to but like
It's still
what?
at like 11,000.
Yeah,
Me and my buddy Jack Paris, who was listening earlier, I think he bought some and sold it, but we almost bought a bunch of it at $500. Not a bunch, like maybe 10 coins. That'd be $5,000.
you bought some.
No, he ended up buying a little bit and sold it, but we were talking about putting some money together and doing it.
Right.
So you feel dumb now, but I want
Well, you
to.
should have sold last week.
Yes, man. Merrill Lynch over here's got it figured out. I love
ain't
it.
just another pretty face.
It is.
That's for damn sure.
Oh, Kenny, shut up.
I'm trying to look and see what you're talking about. Yeah, so Bitcoin. Did you ever buy any of it?
Look at me.
Where do you buy it? Where do you buy a Bitcoin? What is a Bitcoin? Is it code or is it actual coin? It's code. So did you see where the dude in New York was selling Bitcoins and they were physical objects?
You can buy them on Wish.com.
No.
We should sell those.
I really don't. I don't understand the difference between all modern currency and Bitcoin. It's all. It's all the same fucking thing. It's all represented by.
Watch
something
the
that doesn't
F-bombs,
exist.
Kenny. God. There's a children listen somewhere. There's a single children somewhere.
You can't
There's
say
DK.
we're still in prime time, Kenny. Even though I've already violated it twice tonight.
Yeah, we got to get a swear jar if we're gonna. Since we're back on Facebook Live, this is our first kind of like this is a test to get ready for the season, and it's going well so far. Everything's
No, it's
working.
going to be.
That's
yeah,
because I'm here.
I can't hear anything because of Kim.
she talks loud.
She does talk loud.
Thanks, Kim.
I love it.
Exactly. Hey.
I think she just called you a cracker.
Can't do that. That's racist.
Very.
I've been. Yeah, you can't say cracker.
That was Derek.
That's
I didn't
awesome.
even say that. Is that why we call them Canadians?
Hey, Pat Porter, if you're listening, call in, please.
Yeah,
Pat Porter.
Afro-Canadians.
Pat Porter or Roe. Roe, call in.
Somebody
Call
that's
in.
more than a 7 on the color wheel. Call us. Because we got a 5 on the color wheel in the building, and he is.
I think the color wheel is the most racist thing you've said.
I call.
you didn't pick that mic up.
We always say the Hawaiian American. Our Hawaiian
Are
American.
you Hawaiian
friend.
American? That's awesome. We should get shirt. Hey, that needs to be new Shaka shirts. Hawaiian American.
Are you? You're basically asking him if he'll belly dance for you. Is that
Yes.
what it is?
When was that? 51?
You want him to give you a little hula? Is that what it is?
No, he's born November 13th, 1965.
Hawaiian American. That's us. We invented that. Let's run it. We're going to have Hawaiian American Day. Spam, coladas, everything.
We're going to have Asterisk American Day.
Asterisk American Day. Hawaiian American.
Irish American. Italian American.
Where are you from?
Tia, what are,
Are you from here? Where are you from originally?
White American. Tia's just
Ohio
whitey
American.
With she's just a whitey with nice skin.
You're going to be Ohio American.
Did I
South
just hear
Canada.
a whitey? Did
What?
you just call somebody a whitey?
Yeah, Tia.
You can't do that.
She said I said, "What are you?" and she said, "White."
You just tan well.
I just said she has nice skin.
She goes to the
And I just said Whitey has nice skin. So what?
she tans well.
You know how people can drop the N-bomb when they have that color? I can say Whitey whenever I want.
What you're
'cause I'm
supposed to say
white.
Whita with an A on the end. You can't. That way it's
Whita.
more accepted. The Whita.
That is funny.
That is
Now
good.
that shit is funny. I don't care who
Whita.
you are. I might drop the F-bomb just because that is funny.
Anywho.
Fine.
Well,
You know, I got thrown out of a softball game once for, well, umpire said no more four-letter F words out of you. And I said, fine.
that's all.
That guy was pissed. I'm telling you, you should have seen how pissed that guy was. And that was instantaneous.
That's something my brother would do. I'm not that clever.
It was instantaneous, too. I didn't
That's
have
what
to
I'm
think
saying.
about that.
My brother has that mechanism. I don't.
I've been shoot out by a ref multiple times at exchange for exchanging words, if you will. It's very common there.
There was no refs in golf, so I didn't get kicked out of a lot of stuff.
Breck is calling for Minnesota to beat New England in the Super Bowl.
Whew.
I wondered how long it was going to take before he made a Baker Mayfield reference. But it was 17 minutes ago, though.
Yeah, I can't tell jokes real good.
He's a Johnny Manziel wannabe, but he can't spell Manziel.
Or wannabe.
Chad,
awesome.
don't laugh. Oh, Carla, how you doing?
Look at this.
How you doing? Right?
I miss them, man. We got to go see them, maybe.
I want to know if the kid. You know what? The kids haven't commented.
Yeah, they're not giving a shit. Not a fan of that right now.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
If you're related to me and you're about 20 years old, or 19, whatever. What are they?
Do you think
Born
the
in
boys
97?
party?
Yes. If you're 20 years old and you're related to me and you're not listening, we've got some issues. I'm even wearing your present.
It's disgusting if you have something else going on instead of watching your uncle. Can you guys slow your roll for a minute?
The Pocket's having sex while we're
trying to
radio
finish the show. Tia, thank you. Back in your
Appreciate
seat,
that,
please.
Tia.
Back in your seat, please.
We could turn the
What's
camera
up,
around
gentlemen?
if we needed to.
How are y'all? Y'all got here at the end. Yes. We were talking about the Bengals earlier. I'm kidding.
No, we weren't.
Nobody was.
Nobody was. Yes. They still have a team?
What?
The Bengals.
Do they?
There's a guy in Cleveland.
They have a new coach, Marvin Lewis.
Yeah. How do you... We're just going to put that out there. How do you give that guy an extension?
15 years he's been there.
With nothing.
Has he been to the playoffs?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
out there with Carson Palmer, man. They
The
were...
fact that he's been
Oh,
to the
yeah.
playoffs is the
You know what?
problem.
How was it that Carson Palmer was finished?
And then resurrected his career.
And then
Kurt Warner
what,
did the same
he
thing.
Come nearly to the Super Bowl with Arizona?
Yeah, he was...
NFC Championship?
yeah.
But I hear Carson Palmer is a prick of a person.
He's from California.
Yeah.
Went to
USC
USC.
people are
You won the Heisman as a quarterback at USC. Do you think those guys are cool at all? Nothing about them says that I would like to have a beer with those guys.
OJ went to USC.
Yeah, I'd have a beer with him. Just
Would
to
you
talk.
still now?
I would still ask him.
Would you have a?
Yeah, because I would be.
So is this what? So what would you
I would
say?
ask
to,
him.
What would you say to OJ?
How's your day? Did you kill your wife?
That's not what I say. I would say
I would do that.
I'm gonna if the kids. Okay, earmuffs. I would say, Juice, what's up? Did you cut that bitch's throat?
I wouldn't do that.
Juice.
I heard you say Jews. You can't say Jews on the
Juice.
juice. You have a list.
Orange juice.
Now you're anti-Semitic. This is just perfect.
Yeah,
I said
Off
juice.
tonight, Faj.
Everything's going perfectly.
I said
Afro-Canadian, then Jews.
I said juice. Did you cut that bitch's throat?
You know what I would do? I would
Right in the
pretend.
camera when he said it,
I would
too.
pretend
Beautiful.
like I didn't even know him, and then we would kind of like I would kind of ease my way in. And be
However,
like, "Who are
that's
you-
not funny. I watched that documentary.
Are you
I'm
dating
sure
anybody?
They would appreciate you easing your way in.
Am I dating anybody?
No, that's what I would say. I would ease. I would
Oh.
pretend I didn't know him, and like let's say we're at an airport bar having a
Very expensive
a
drink.
little conversation. I would be like,
Yo,
"Are you going to see your girlfriend? Have you been married before?" And then have you slaughtered
You know
your
what I
wife?
would say?
Did you slaughter your wife and the waiter
And
that was
Ron Goldman.
waiting on her?
You know what's funny is and then after you killed him, did you go back and like cut her neck deeper and then stab him 10 more times?
I'm just
Which is
saying.
what happened.
I know that you. I'm just.
You
that's-
should see
it's
Tony
out of
tell
a
the
blue
story.
question. I don't know you or who you are, but
I
I
would
just want
say-
to know if
I
you're
would
going to
sit
ask
down-
the bartender for juice.
yeah. Guess who Hitler hates?
The juice.
The Juice.
The
He played at
Juice.
USC.
The
I'd like a
juice.
stiff one. Anything with Jews in it.
Horrible. Y'all are horrible. We can't even be doing that.
You know what I
It
would
does
ask
sound
him?
like juice,
I would
though.
say
It's
If I met him-
Juice.
if I met him, I would say, "Hey man, hey, you got a knife on you?"
That was horrible.
I think it's funny. Tia did too.
Ask him.
She knows funny shit too.
It was crazy though. This is an actual fact though. You know that dude was getting paid $500,000 a year by Hertz, not even to be in a commercial, but just to show up and play golf once a month with prospective corporate clients.
As long as they weren't Jews.
Brutal.
Listen, I said juice.
It just there's a dog in the audience.
Is that a turd?
Did he just lay
just
down a
a-
turd? It looks fresh.
No, it's tape.
Oh. Oh.
What type of dog, my
Doesn't-
man?
It looks like it stuck to your shoe.
It's a Puerto Rican Sato, man. It's a,
We were just talking about Puerto Ricans.
Might as well have.
We were just, were we?
Maybe.
No.
The juice isn't Puerto Rican.
No. Afro-Canadian?
How did Jews come into it?
Puerto Rican American. That's what that dog is.
He's a Puerto Rican American?
Yes.
Sato?
Sato.
Puerto Rican Sato? I like it.
Joe Daddy thinks we're going to get banned from Facebook.
I think Zuckerberg is calling me.
Facebook kicked this. We're not even live. They kicked us off like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
They did? Why?
God.
I mean, I wasn't going to tell you.
You just bit on that like Jesse did when I did the 8675
Did they really kick us off?
No, we're good, man.
God.
Oh, I'm going to say
You're a
something
worry
worse
wart,
then.
man. Where is Luke Harp, Wayne Brown,
I tell you
Rob
what,
Rushing?
the last 30 minutes of this show slows down in a very good way, man. A very
awesome.
good way.
Hopefully the people that could be offended are watching.
Luke and
I'm
Wayne
looking at-
are not coming.
All right,
Well,
whoever's
yeah,
got the
that-
wireless
obviously.
mic needs to turn it off.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Did you find out what was going on?
Every time you put the wireless mic next to your beard, it causes feedback.
Static.
Or when you stand in
Is
front
that
of the
'cause it's
speaker
gray?
talking into it.
How are they working? Wayne Brown and Luke Harp do not work at 8:56 in the nighttime.
It's BS.
Well, let's
Mine is locked. Mine looks like it's
Bless
locked
you.
up.
well let's go ahead and end this thing, man. I've got a visitor coming.
Oh, who's coming into town?
Her name is Karen.
Karen?
The juice.
Is she the one that's friends with Don Davenport?
Yes, from ESPN and the SEC network. Yes, they're roommates.
I wonder if they did they.
We're gonna
check-
get Dawn to call in one day.
when she's not doing her show.
Yeah, when she's not doing her show. Her show's a little bigger than ours.
Well, I don't. Yeah,
That's in the eye of the beholder.
I mean, it is ESPN, and she hasn't gotten fired, so that's cool.
Just so you know, one of my shows, the Underground Pub Show, took ESPN Radio down here in this town. I don't know if you guys know
That's
that.
what That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to find another conglomerate to take down, but you know,
We're going to take.
I'm all about the challenge.
You
If
guys
honestly.
ended ESPN
If
Radio?
Lifetime has a radio show, we're going to take it down.
Maybe it was just coincidence that they closed around the time we started doing it. You know what I mean?
That's what we. That was us. We were actually on air, weren't we? 97.1.
Yeah, we were.
Anywho,
We were.
let's wrap this thing up, man. So this was kind of a test run for our new Facebook Live deal. I think it worked out good.
I think it went real well.
I think it went real.
Thank you, Kenny.
I'm here.
You're the man. You were the man. You're the man.
Well, cool.
Where's James? Did he go out and smoke some more weed?
I don't know.
So we're going to end this thing. We're going to run the promos here at the end. And
Janis Joplin's birthday. I forgot that.
Ooh.
The lady that. Do you think she smells bad? I mean, she does now. She's
I'm sure
dead,
she
but I
does.
think in real life, she.
Not anymore. I think she's done.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
think there's only so
should have
much
been a
you could
stinky
rot.
chick. I think should have been a stinky chick. If you were around her,
Probably. I don't see her being much of a bather.
That's
Sounds
awesome.
like Vincent Price to me.
All right, let's wrap this thing up.
All right. We will see you next week on Play Harder Radio. Thank you. Love you. We're out.
I don't know what he did, but Alrighty.